Hey guys, Rich here. This is Brick Scene. I've got another review for you today, and thanks to my good friends at Toyco, I have managed to get my hands on set number 76393, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. So big thanks to my friends at Toyco for supplying these sets. They got their delivery yesterday and I was straight in there to pick a few things up. So, set number 76393, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. 1,673 pieces. In the States it's going to cost you $120. In the UK it's going to cost you £120. The rest of Europe €130. And down here in New Zealand you're looking at $220. Look, there's two characters to build. What we did yesterday is my little boy and myself, we did a live stream where we built these characters together. It took us about 2.5 hours during the live stream. He managed to keep up with me, which was pretty cool. But look, let's get straight into the review. So here is the final model. As you can see, I've got the minifig versions of the characters right next to them, just to give you a sense of scale. Because coming in at 26.5 centimeters or 10.4 inches tall and 6.8 inches wide or 17.5 centimeters, they are actually a lot bigger than I expected them to be. But, you know, in scale, and, you know, I think the proportions are great. You know, they do look like minifigs, but look, you can just see how small Harry and Hermione in minifig form is right next to these maxi figs. Now the build on them is relatively similar. Well, in fact, they're pretty much exactly the same right up to the necks. There's a slightly different build in the middle of the torsos there for reasons that I'm not entirely sure. But look, it's minor, but it is slightly different. There's of course a little bit of different coloring. Hermione has more of the grey. She's got the grey on the legs there, and of course on the arms as well. Whereas Harry's all black legs, and of course he's got the black arms there. As the arms of the sleeves of that coat that he's wearing. Now coming onto the torso is that 1x6x5, I believe it is. That's printed. They're exactly the same on both of them. But these faces are really interesting. They're printed as well. They are 6x4 sloped piece. I'm not entirely sure the actual name of it, but an interesting new piece as well, and probably necessary. People would have probably preferred to have them as blank and then being stickers so that you could use them in mocks. But no, they're quite nice, and they definitely a nice piece and finish off the faces quite well. I was actually, when I saw the pictures, I was wondering what they were going to use for the faces. Now, the overall build, very, very simple coming up through the legs. You start with the torso, then you put the legs and then the arms on, and of course the hands. Now that took, you know, half the build maybe, but the heads, they were something else. They were really, really interesting. You know, you think about those Star Wars helmets and the type of techniques that they're using in there. Something along those lines definitely made them a very, very interesting build, but the final effect is pretty awesome. So look, I'll take them apart and show you how they go together. Now, using Harry as the example here, so look, we'll start with the arm. You can see it's a fairly simple build. You just got that connection there for the axle to go in, and there it is there. And of course that hooks over onto his cape, hooks around onto that. Then you put the arm over the top. Now, looking at the legs, they are fairly simple in the way that they're built. But once you get up to the top and start building the hips are an upside down build there. Quite an interesting technique used to get that. And of course that joins into the underside of the torso there. Now coming over to the head. Now I want to go around this head because it's really, really interesting, the techniques that they've used in here. If I just spin it around, you have a look at the way some of these curved pieces and the slopes that they've used to get that real messy hairdo that Harry of course has. Really, really well done. I really like it. I think it's clever, and yeah, you have to have your wits about you when you're putting it together. Otherwise it'd be very easy to make a mistake. You can just see under there as well, there's another printed slope piece there with Harry's scar on it as well. So if we just have a look at the articulation here, you can see Harry's head. Well, that goes around 360 degrees. We've also got the arms move just like normal, regular minifigs. There's enough resistance in there as well to hold them up. Same with the hands. The hands move around just like regular minifigs. The wand attaches just with studs basically. It just sits in there, so nice easy attachment. And now if I sit Hermione down, you'll see how the legs look as well. Just like regular minifigs. You know, it's very, very clever. Also, if I turn Harry around here as well, we can just get a better look at this cape. And look, it's quite sizable, you know, bigger than most sales that I've seen, to be honest. So it'll be interesting if they use this, on any more of these maxi figs going forward. So that brings me on to a really, really good point. I love these maxi figs. I think they look awesome. There's some really clever techniques used there, especially in the head, of course. Like I said, it was really complex. Some of the techniques used to get the hair going in all different directions to get that messy look that, of course, Harry has. The hips were quite interesting as well, and same with the torso to get that angle. But I am super excited as to where they're going to go with them. I hope it goes across to other themes, of course. I hope we see them, Star Wars characters, done in this sort of style. I think they're going to look great. And they were much bigger than I thought as well. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. And as I say, hopefully it goes into other themes as well. And we see some of our favorite characters, our favorite other minifigs done in this style. Decent price point as well. For what you're getting, those 2 figs and a decent lengthy build. I'm just really, really excited to see where this goes, in future sort of characters, what sort of characters they do next. I can see a farm boy Luke in no time at all. So once again, a big thanks to my friends at Toyco for helping me out getting these sets to me so quickly. I'll link to their store below, so if you're in New Zealand, make sure you go and check out their range. Look, thanks again. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, all that cool stuff. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.